Hi there everybody, this is Sarah Kozin and I'm just going to walk you through a quick little video to show you how to make an answer sheet in Data Director for an assessment. Okay, your website is going to be datadirector.com/portageps. Okay, and this is going to be the very first screen that you're going to see. What you're going to want to do when you're making a brand new answer sheet is you're going to want to go to this tab in the top left corner, the boxes inside the boxes, and you're going to want to go to Assessments. And this assessment tab is where you're going to come back to when you want to look at an assessment after you've created it to print off any of the pages, and I'll show you how to do that at the very end. So what you want to do over here on your left-hand side of the screen, you want to go to Create Assessment. And I would start with a new answer sheet assessment. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be making the bubble sheet, and I'll show you how to make the key for whatever assessment you want to create. So creating a title, say, I'm going to call it Biology Quiz. You can choose your grades, anything with a red star here. Make sure that you choose some parameter for that. I'm going to choose 10th grade, because biology is almost always 10th grade. That's not going to limit your, that's not going to limit the students who can be assessed by it though. So if you have 11th graders or 9th graders in the class, they'll still do that. I'm just going to work my way through these. I'm going to make this a school and consider this a school assessment. It's not something that I'm probably going to be at this point in time looking to share with another school in the district. It's not a district assessment. I'm going to choose 2015, 2016 for it. I'm going to have it choose today's date. That doesn't mean that you can't give it at a later date though. It's just going to date it as today. You can attach files to it as well. So when you click on this upload a file, you can attach an actual copy of the assessment if you would like. So if you want to if you and someone else are giving a common assessment, you could upload a copy of the actual test so that you can make sure that you're using the same test or the same form. You can name different sections if you would like. If you want to have like a multiple choice section and a short answer section. Remember, every time that you start a new section though, it completely stops and starts to renumber things. So if you want the numbers to continue, like if you want the numbers to, like if you want the short answers to be, number 34 and 35, you don't want to start the short answer as a totally different section. You also don't have to name the section at all if you don't want to. You can just leave it completely blank. And then you go to add question. Let's say that you know that you have 50 multiple choice questions. You can add several questions if you would like. So if you wanted to do that, you could add multiple questions. You can use this little scroll bar at the bottom to add as many as you need. And then you just click again on add question, and it's going to add 60 multiple choice questions. You can go in at this point in time and you can edit these. If you're going to pick multiple choice, you can have more choices, fewer choices, different choices. So these could be 1, 2, 3. If you wanted them to be, they could be A, B, C, D, E, F if you needed them to be. You can also edit how many points it's worth. So if you have a multiple choice question that you need to be worth half a point, well, not half a point, but if you need it to be worth 2 points or more than that, you can do that as well. You can also choose different types of questions. So let's say that I have my 60 multiple choice questions. If I want to add a different kind of question at this point, like let's say I have 60 multiple choice and then my last one is a short answer. I can add 61 and I can change it into different types of answers. True or false, you can change it to that if you want. And again, you can edit how many points it's worth, anything like that. Short answer rubric. Short answer would be like a fill in the blank, and you would fill this part in, and they would fill in. They would end up with a little teeny tiny blank that they can fill in. Rubric is another really great one. Rubric is if you have a short answer question, you can have it. I've had them up to like 9 or 10 points. You can change how many points it's worth right here. You can have it go anywhere from 0 to about 10, I believe. And then you can change the actual value of the entire question right here. So that's something that you can do. And when you put rubric up there, it puts a little thing next to it that says teacher part. Do not fill in these bubbles. Only teacher only fills this in. So when you get a student's test on the same answer sheet, they can write their written parts, and they can just add that to the multiple choice. You can grade the written part, fill in the little bubbles for the rubric, and then you're good to go. All of this in one place. So if I wanted to add a rubric question, then I could add maybe one more rubric question here, and I want this one to be worth, let's say I want this one to be worth only 3 points. Also, another tip, if you want it to be worth 0 points, if you ever have the chance that someone might just completely leave it blank, you got to add a 0 in there as well. Doesn't do it for you. So what I've got here is a 60 question multiple choice test with, it's still 5 points, with 2 short answers. So then I can click Save Changes. Right. You can also go through, and I forgot to tell you this part, I'm sorry, and choose what questions you feel. What you can create your key here, so you can choose the correct answers while you're here as well. So a few of those with the right answer selected, so I'm just going to click Save Changes. Now to actually see your answer sheet that you've created, we'll go over here to Overview. And that's going to take you back to the main screen. It's going to show you all of your data about this assessment. Eventually, it's going to show you the data about the assessment after you've scanned it. It shows you how many students passed it, how many students didn't. All that stuff's going to be right here. But in order to print this off, what you would do is we're at the assessment overview page, and you can see the title of your assessment up here. You would go down to your answer sheets. So if you wanted to do, you want to do a data scanner answer sheet, and if you want to do an individual one for every student, that's probably the easiest thing to do. You can also get just a blank one. You need to use that. But if you pick with student names, you could pick, let's say 10th grade, my first hour class, that's my biology class. Now it's going to generate a PDF that's going to show you your answer sheets, and then you print that. All right, here's my PDF popped up at the bottom here. All right, there it is. It'll give you some directions on the front. It'll tell you what size paper you need to print it on. The less sections you have, the smaller the paper will be. You can get it in 8.5 by 11, but you can actually see here, students from my first hour class, there's an answer sheet for them for this make-believe assignment. All right. I'll take you guys back really quick to the assessment. Sorry, this video is getting kind of long. So that's how you print them out. There's also over here, there's a button for sharing. You can share it with other teachers if you guys know that you're giving the same assessments. And then when you get to the point where you're going to scan them, let us know and we can help you out. Okay. So I hope that helped. That is how you make an answer sheet in Data Director.